Hi everyone, it's Mo from Mo Goes, and I'm back again with another video. I'm on Walt Disney World property staying at Disney's Pop Century Resort. Follow along for another Mo Goes hotel review. Pop Century Resort is one of 5 value hotels on property, and it's a very popular one. The resort is made up of 5 sections, each themed after a specific decade in American culture and style. I'm staying in the 50s section, so let's head to my room and see what this resort has to offer. Alright guys, so it's June 29th, Saturday. I just checked into my hotel room here at Disney's Pop Century Resort. This is the weekend before the 4th of July holiday, which is next Thursday. So I figured this would be a really great time to do a staycation. And here we are. Pop Century Resort is a pretty popular value resort here at Disney, and I thought this would be a great hotel to start off with. This is my very first time ever staying at a Disney resort, so here we are. I figured we just start off the video with a tour of the room. So this is the front door, and we have a window here. I have it closed because just outside is a common hallway, so I'm gonna keep it closed. But this is the front door, and I'm gonna turn around so that you can see what I see as you come into the room. But it's a pretty standard size room. There's no carpeting. We have what's probably vinyl flooring. We have a Murphy bed right here. And then we have a table with 2 chairs. There's a nice refrigerator. And then we have a small coffee maker, all the coffee, teas, creamers, a few packs of sugar here. We have cups. We've got your ice bucket on this shelf. So this is one of those platform beds where it's just a mattress. There's no box spring. It looks to be comfortable. It feels nice. And then we have the cute Mickey artwork above the bed. So yeah, this is the room. Right here on the dresser, they provide you with a little take-along guide. I think this is really great for first-timers or people who really aren't that familiar with the Disney property. It's like a guide to the entire property with information on all 4 parks, Disney Springs, dining, other services, park and resort hotel services. So everything you need to make your Disney vacation as magical as it can be, everything is here. They also have menus here. They have some information on shopping, specialty food and beverages. They have a little section on Disney Springs. So this is a really great guide. So if you're staying at one of the resorts or if you're staying here at Pop Century, make sure you take a look at this guide. It will be helpful. So the room has a pretty decent amount of storage. I like that there are lots of electrical outlets, 14 different outlets for you to plug your standard electrical devices in, and then you have quite a few USB ports. So if you've got equipment, devices that need to be charged, there's going to be a place for everybody to charge their devices. One thing that stands out almost immediately is how thin the walls are. Not long after I checked into my room, the neighbors to my right checked into theirs, and it was literally like I was outside with them. So I don't know. Like I said, there's a common hallway just outside my door, so with so much traffic going back and forth, it's pretty loud. But we'll see how things go as the evening progresses. So I've been sitting here working on a video, and I realized I haven't even had dinner yet. So I just got finished mobile ordering something from the Pop Food Court in the main building. So I'm gonna head over there in just a couple of minutes and pick that up. I originally wanted to order in and do in-room dining, but I just found out that there is no in-room dining at Pop Century Resort anymore. Just keep that in mind if you are staying here. There is no longer in-room dining, at least for the time being. The Classic Hall is the central hub for Pop Century Resort, and the Everything Pop shopping and dining is located in that building. Like with most mobile ordering, you need to wait for a push notification to let you know that your food is ready to be picked up. Since my order wasn't ready, I used this time to explore the Classic Hall a little bit. You'll find all kinds of really cool Disney merch, including t-shirts, sunglasses, sunscreen. They even have the cutest sundresses, Minnie and Mickey ears, lounge flies, and a lot of little knickknacks. I found a wall full of t-shirts that offered a really great deal. Instead of paying regular price $34.99, if you purchase two, they're $25 each. Just opposite of the food court, you'll find the Fast Forward Arcade. This arcade is actually one of the better arcades I've seen in any hotel in a long time. The space was pretty big. It had a great variety of games from all eras, and it seemed as though every game was working. That's one pet peeve that I've had with many arcades on cruise ships and at different hotels, is that a lot of the games don't work. I can't lie, I was definitely impressed with this arcade, and if I had a little bit more time to spare, I'd probably spend some time here playing Galaga and Pac-Man. They literally had every kind of game that you would expect an arcade to have. Skee ball, motorcycle games, Halo, basketball. I mean, everything is here. The other half of the classic hall is taken up by the front desk check-in section. Not too long after, I received the push notification that my mobile order was ready to be picked up. All right, so I'm back in the room. I've got my salad. I've got some overnight oats. This is gonna be my breakfast in the morning. I got a chickpea and pita salad. Let's take a look at it. The photo on the menu looked really good. It looks really good. It almost looks like an egg salad, but you can see the chickpeas in it. I have a side salad here with tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and such. This looks really tasty. I've got a whole bunch of pita slices to go with it. So I'm gonna dig in before it gets too late. So it's the next day. I slept really comfortably. The bed is really comfortable. The room was relatively quiet. There were quite a few people going back and forth through the main hallways. Like I said, there's a common hallway out here, but at some point things mellowed out. I guess people got settled in for the evening and there wasn't much to it after that. Again, I mentioned before that the walls are a little thin, so I was able to hear, a little commotion, a lot of kiddos playing around above me and on either side of me, but it wasn't too bad. I don't think it's any worse than any other hotel that you go to, but it was pretty noticeable here. So other than that, I had a pretty good night. The Wi-Fi here, though, I must say it's a little slow, but it's not as bad as I've seen in other places. So it's workable, but I'd rather have it than nothing at all. I think what I'm gonna do is go out and explore the 50 section and the courtyard, see what things look like there, and then we'll jump over to the 60s, which is right in front of the classic hall area. I know that there's a pool there and some other things. I believe there's a restaurant bar near the pool side, so we'll go explore that as well. This is my wake-up call. Birds chirping. We've got a nice wooded area right in front of the door. And it's actually pretty dark at night, but it's not too bad. So we're gonna go this way. This is walking in the direction of the Classic Hall, which is the main lobby area. And from here, you'll be able to see a little bit more of the property overlooking the balcony. And there we have it. Straight across there, you can see the main pool. It's a very colorful property. So we're gonna head downstairs and just explore the area. They're doing some pressure washing here in my building, so I'm gonna make my way to the other side of my building, and it looks like there's another pool over here. So let's explore this area where it's a lot quieter. So it was at this point where I could really tell how they were able to transform this old 50s, 60s style motel into something a little bit more current. And I can't lie, it was really appealing to the eye with all the colors, the characters. I think kids would really love this hotel. There's a lot to see, a lot to do, and it's going to keep the kids really excited and keep them busy wanting to, walk around and explore. To check out the pool. There's lots to do at the pool. And I just love how everywhere you turn, there's a photo op waiting for you. I've made my way to the back side of the 50 section of Pop Century Resort, and that puts you right next to Hourglass Lake. Right across Hourglass Lake is the Disney Skyliner. So if you're wanting to go to Epcot or Hollywood Studios and you're staying at Pop Century, this is the best way to get there. And I think we're going to walk over this way so that you can see it a lot better, but there is a bridge that crosses over Hourglass Lake, and the station to take the Skyliner is on the other side of that bridge. Let's head over in that direction so you can get a better look at it. I think most would agree that the Disney Skyliner is the best mode of transportation on property. Besides the monorail, the Skyliner is the only non-ground transportation system available. Staying at Pop Century Resort gives you easy access to both Epcot and Hollywood Studios via the Skyliner. The station is conveniently located just over the Hourglass Lake Bridge. You can even visit other Disney resorts via the Skyliner, including Disney's Caribbean Beach and Disney's Riviera Resort. There's nothing like cruising around Walt Disney World Resort while enjoying an aerial view of the magic that awaits you. One thing that I love about Pop Century is that it's a feast for the senses. The grounds are tranquil, well manicured along the walking paths, and every building is visually striking. I honestly wasn't expecting to hear so much music being played. I mean, the music was pretty much everywhere, and depending on what section of the hotel you're in, that decade will determine what kind of music you hear. But honestly, I think the music is the perfect touch to this hotel. I mean, the visuals, the music, everything fits, and it just makes for a really good experience. I wish I had a little bit more time to explore the other sections of the hotel, specifically the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I just didn't have the time to get over there, but I love all the props. The giant props are just awesome. Some of them are characters, some are different toys and things, but you just can't help but to stop and take pictures. So despite this being a pretty big property, I think it's contained enough to where you can access all the main sections of the hotel within a reasonable distance. It's not too far of a walk. I think the 80s and the 90s section may be the furthest away from the Classic Hall, but it's not that bad overall. Here's a pretty cool amenity. Just outside of the pool, there's a kiosk where you can get henna tattoos, airbrush tattoos, hair wraps, and braids. Located just between the Hippy Dippy Pool and the Classic Hall is the Petals Pool Bar. They operate from 11 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. and they serve all kinds of goodies from alcoholic beverages, non-alcoholic, salads, pretzels, wings, and even ice cream. If you love nostalgic memorabilia, you must take some time to appreciate the time capsule wall in the Classic Hall, and that's located directly across from the check-in area. I guarantee you'll be surprised at all the amazing little gems that they have on display here. So many items took me back to childhood and my teen years. It was so cool to see. In my opinion, based on observation, I think the most popular decade was the 80s. A lot of people gravitated to that particular section of the wall, and it was cool to see. Makes sense because everybody knows the 80s was the best decade ever. Located at the far end of the Classic Hall, there's a little section dedicated to the kids zone, and I guess this is just a holding area for kids to hang out and play while their parents get checked into their room. Everything Pop Food Court is a good size, and they have lots of items on the menu. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast starts at 7 a.m. It closes at 11 p.m. There's lots of indoor and outdoor seating available. And if you're staying at Pop Century Resort this summer, there's some important info that you need to know about the food court. From July 29th through September 29th of 2024, the food court will be undergoing a refurbishment. It will remain open, but resort guests will need to use mobile ordering through the My Disney app for food and drinks. I'll leave a link to the Disney.go website with all the details. I've said this in a previous hotel review that you have to do your research, and I did just that. I made the choice out of the 5 available value resorts. I chose this one. I thought this was the best of the bunch, at least for me and my personal preferences. Now that I've gotten to experience it, I know that this is probably not a hotel that I'll stay at again. It's just not my style. But again, it may be for you, and you just have to experience it yourself. Sometimes you'll stay at a hotel where you'll have very updated, modern finishes in the common areas, in the lobby, in the halls, but then when you get to the room, it's not as nice. It's not as modern and updated, and I feel like that's the case at Pop Century Resort. Now, keep in mind, I don't know what the other sections of the hotel looks like. I stayed in the 50s, and it definitely looks like a room from the 50s, but it doesn't feel intentional, if that makes any sense. I feel like the furniture, the finishes, they do fit the period, but they feel old, as opposed to some other properties that I've stayed at that have the same 50s, 60s theming. It feels fresh and new. I don't get that fresh and new feeling here. I guess basically I'm trying to say that it does feel dated. Other hotels that have the old school 50s, 60s theming don't feel dated. They do feel period appropriate, but it doesn't feel dated. This feels dated. So I highly, highly recommend, if you love chickpeas and you want to try the chickpea salad, it is so delicious. Excellent. I give that a 10 out of 10. So that's another big pro for this hotel. Also, if transportation is important to you, I think this is a really great hotel. It's in a good location because it's close to transportation. It's basically a bus depot. You have a bus depot where you can take a bus to any park, to Disney Springs. You can even go to other hotels on property. So I think the transportation options are great. You also have the Skyliner. There is a station just across the bridge over Hourglass Lake where you can catch the Skyliner to either Epcot or Hollywood Studios. Near the front of the property, you'll find a bus depot where you can catch a bus to anywhere on the Walt Disney World Resort, including all 4 parks, Disney Springs, and other locations. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about bus service from all the value resorts in general. I've never taken one personally, so I really can't speak on it. Even though I didn't care for the 50s section of Pop Century, I think I liked the resort overall, and I am willing to give one of the other decades a shot. Well, that's my honest review, and I hope you found this review helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have plans to stay here in the future or if you have stayed here before. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And until the next one, see ya.